Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Non-League's Premier League. It's me, Lurg. We're here again. It's Monday. Well, where do we start? Genuinely thought that today we'd be coming back to you in the playoff position, possibly even an automatic promotion spot. We was playing really, really well. But, as you'll see in a moment, the best of it really did turn into a little bit of the worst of it. And we have to stop the rot. It is really important that we kind of nip it in the bud, really. We're playing well, but we're just not getting the results, as you'll see here now. We'll bring you in. So if I can just come over here, then you will see. We have had some really good results and then followed it up with some really, really terrible ones. And you was last with us for the Portsmouth game. We followed that up with a 3-2 victory over Nottingham Forest. Really good game for us. We was 3-1 up. We played extremely well. We then followed that up with a 2-0 victory at Swansea. Then we beat top of the league West Ham 1-0 in a game that we played very, very well in. We defended well. We attacked well. Brilliant. Then it just takes a dip. It's ridiculous the way that it just turned around so fast. A 1-1 draw with West Brom, in which we should have took all 3 points. I mean, we really should have. But they got an equaliser late on from a corner. And it is what it is. Like, it's just one of those things. We then lost to Cardiff. And if I come into this game, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, but we should have at least taken a point from that. 60% possession, 17 shots on goal, the XG of 1.0, their XG of 0.71. Like, we was by far the better side in this game, and we come away with it with a loss. We then lost 3-1 to Derby. In all fairness, this was a very, very tight game. If we come in, we don't want to go into Harley Dean, apologies. Like, very, very close. Again, the better side, but not in such a convincing manner. Like, we were the better side for long periods of time, but when Derby come forward, every time they come forward, they did look like they was causing us issues. I don't know what to do, I'll be honest. Like, I don't want to invite teams onto us because I think that we're better on the front foot. But at the minute now, we're in a situation where even being on the front foot, we're getting countered and it's falling apart really badly. We then followed that up with a 1-0 defeat at Stoke, and I can hand on heart say this scoreline did not reflect the game. Like, Stoke should have put maybe 5 past us, really. So our performances aren't getting better, which is the concerning thing. They're getting worse. What do we do? You'll have to excuse the hair and the face. I am desperately in need of a shave, but I've got no oil, so I'm waiting on that to come. It's been ordered from Amazon, so for Wednesday's video, we won't look quite so scruffy. I just don't know. We've got a big game away today at Bristol Rovers. They're near the bottom of the Championship. We're still up in 9th place. I mean, we're not doing badly. Here we are. We're 4 points outside the playoff places now, with a game in hand. So if we win today, we're only going to be a point outside of the playoff places. And you will notice during the scheduling that we've brought Keon Atete back into the squad. Atete's played really quite well since he's been back. Played 8 games for us, scored 5 goals. You just can't take it away from the man. He is an absolute threat whenever he plays. Not convinced yet that he's Championship material, but from set pieces and things, he's absolutely on fire. The kid's just mustard. He really is mustard. And the way it all come about is we actually had an injury to Harry Cornick, so we had to bring Brunton onto the right-hand side. He has found a new lease of life out on that right-hand side as well. So it means that Cornick's now not got a place in the team. We've had a few injuries which have kind of coincided with the dip in form. We haven't had a full strength 11 for a little while, but this shouldn't make that much of a difference. And I don't know, I worry now about where we're going because we seem to be in free fall. And that isn't a place that we want to be, is it? So, we'll run the intro and hopefully pick up a big 3 points today. And so this is going to be our team then for Bristol City. As you can see, we've got no Harley Dean in the squad today. Captain suspended. So we're going with Felipe, Beck, Gilchrist, Bennett and Byrne at the back. Salduccio and Cole in the middle. McGee, Sparrow and Brunson behind Keon and Tete. We need a big performance today. We've got to stop the rot and hopefully we're going to do so. You're going to see me Bulldog jump upon the bed now here in a second. Yeah, we desperately need 3 points, guys. Like, it's mad. So, in we go. And we're desperate here. We need a big performance, stop the rot, and hopefully then get a huge victory at home. We are going to side with the underdogs. Televised game, which is nice. We could do with the revenue, honestly. So they're setting up in a 4-3-3, which is quite defensive, which is nice. We should really counter that quite well. But as you can see, our recent form, we went from a nice run of wins to a draw and losses. And we're only 12 points ahead of Fulham. That's only 4 games if we keep on losing. Like, it seems like it's a lot, but it's really not. It's not a huge safety net. Gilchrist then brings the ball forward. Reece Cole to Salduccio. Out to Brunson. Oh, and Brunson there has made a bit of a mistake. Nicholson comes forward. Not under any pressure. Haaland is there in the middle. Under no pressure. Reece Bennett. Should really be doing better. And to be 1-0 down inside 2 minutes, that is very disappointing, isn't it? As you can see, not really under any pressure. Bennett doesn't do anything there, really, to stop the header coming in. And just poor all round. Oh, yeah. Corner kicks come in then. I would expect Tete to be real danger again here at the front post. He is. He gets there and come on, Keon. This is what I mean about this kid. Like, not necessarily always the best natural finisher, but from set pieces, he's just such a danger, and we've been wasting set pieces up until we brought him back into the squad. Maybe we need a couple of really big kind of defenders we can put into the box. We are slightly the better side here now, but it's very level. 15 minutes in. McGee with the free kick then. Bennett's there, and Reece Bennett makes up for his earlier mistake. Oh, thank the Lord. Now, the question is, boys, is can we not necessarily hold on, because I don't like trying to just straight up defend the league, but can we get a strip of daylight between the two sides? Like, that puts us just outside the playoff places again. I'm not looking to go up this season. We're not ready. We're nowhere near ready for the Premier League. Honestly, we're barely ready for the Championship. I mean, I say that, I'm probably being a little bit too harsh on the boys. Considering the average age of the squad, we're doing very well. Again, by far the better team here, but so wasteful. 13 attempts on goal, only 4 on target. And it's not good enough. Like, we need it to click so we find that real clinical kind of put teams to the sword, finish them off properly. And at the moment, we're not doing that, and it's costing us games. Like, it's costing us games, and we're dropping points when we shouldn't be dropping points. And here we are again, and Skinner over the top. Please tell me that's goal. I was going to say, Felipe does come and catch it. Also, speaking of Felipe, he's just signed a new 4-year deal with us with a 12 million release clause, so we're happy to tie him down, but if a team does want to give us 12 million for him, I also wouldn't be too upset by him leaving. Nicholson then comes forward on this left-hand side. He's got Byrne to get him. Byrne's not there. Bennett does come across and do nicely. Since his earlier mistake, he's really kind of upped his game, and you've got to say fair play to the youngster for trying to put the wrongs right, not the rights wrong. We don't want him to wrong the rights. Forced to Kasky then to Happy. Back to Grant. Happy over the top. Hanlon is going to get there, and again, Brandon Hanlon scores. And to be undone by just a big ball over the top, I mean, that's League 2 kind of football. Look at this. He's just on the right side of Bennett there. Gilchrist then doesn't come across properly. Really poor defending from the boys. Yeah, we don't want to see the offside.
we are going to... We give the team a bit of encouragement. Like, if we don't get 3 points here, this is disastrous. We've played so well. But this is what I mean. We just can't find that cutting edge. We're almost toothless at times. So, we are going to... Sparrow's having a terrible game. Who do we bring on is the question. Do you know what? We're going to bring on Fonseca. Fonseca's going to drop back into the central midfield role, but we'll actually use him as a deep-lying playmaker on a defensive duty. We'll push Reece Cole into... We'll just have him as an attacking midfielder. Nathan Burns having a terrible game on that right-hand side as well, so we'll bring on Agoke. And we'll leave it with just 2 subs for there now. Obviously, we don't want to be in a situation if somebody gets injured where we can't change things around. I mean, I don't want to demand more and be too harsh on the boys because we're outplaying them. Tete, just over the bar. But at the same time, we can't have 20 shots on goal and not pick up. Right, we will change Brunson for McCormick. Come on, lads, please. It's not going to happen. We're going to walk away with a draw. How do we not win this game? And this is utter frustration. I mean, look at that. 60% possession, 22 attempts on goal, only 6 on target. XG of 1.53, which really does tell the story. Bristol Rovers only a 0.42 XG. 88% pass completion rate. 19 corners. We're wasteful. And it is not good. I'm going to try and improve morale, though, if I can. Maybe if we can get the morale boosted back up a little bit again, we'll come there. I mean, we're 3 points off the playoffs. We're 13 points clear of 22nd. Like, there are a lot of teams below us. It's still not a massive gap in the great scheme of things, but we're heading in the right direction. Right, we shall be back momentarily then. And so here we are, boys, into the game at home at the Bank Stadium against Middlesbrough, and we are going with a starting 11 of Felipe, Beck, Gilchrist. We bring Jordan Piggott back into the squad for the very first time. Burn on the right, Heisman in midfield because Salduccio is injured for 4 months. That's gutting. Cole next to him, McGee, Sparrow and Brunson with Atete up front. If we get a big win today, then obviously we have fully stopped the rot and it'd be nice to turn it around. It's good just to pick up the point at Bristol Rovers, but we should have picked up more. Like, we know that. We've seen the way the game unfolded. So we need to start turning these good performances into winning performances and see how we can get on. Now, a massive game here. Obviously, Middlesbrough are one of the favourites to be promoted in the league. Very, very strong squad. So let's see how we get on. Beck then with a throw-in, which is really poor. Piggott comes to collect the free ball. Plays it down the line. Really poor pass from Piggott. And Felipe collects at the near post. That was really not very good from Jordan. Middlesbrough starting to put a bit of a foothold on the game here now. Reece Colin inside to Sparrow. Poor pass. Piggott heads clear. Sparrow does collect. Plays it for McGee. Picks up the ball again and Sparrow can't get there, but it is going to be a corner. Now we know we're a threat from set pieces. McGee with the corner. Atete's there and heads high over the bar. No form of goal threat there at all. 20 minutes gone and we're looking decent again. And this is against a really big squad. Beck with the throw-in. Finds Sparrow. Sparrow back. Poor pass. Heisman's going to be there. Plays it to Cole. Back to Heisman. Over the top for Atete, who can't get there ahead of Prato. And Prato kicks it long for Kavanagh. Piggott does get it away, but it's only away as far as Wood. Over to Sims, who cuts inside. Not under any pressure, but the final article is not really good enough. We're doing alright here. We're not doing too bad at all. wouldn't be upset with a draw at home against Middlesbrough, honestly, but if we can take the 3 points, I'd love to. And Atete can't get the ball. Gilchrist does play it back in though. McGee on this right-hand side. Gets it there, Atete! Yes, come on! Just before the stroke of half-time as well. That's going to be a massive morale boost for the boys. We're going to have to bring Brunton off again at half-time. He's still struggling for fitness since his injury. But this was really quite nicely worked. Atete gets himself into a nice bit of space there. And again, proves that he is still a goal threat at this level. And I'm going to find it hard, well, I am finding it hard to take him out of the team, which is why Brunton is out on this right-hand side as a winger now. But that does, of course, mean that it really kind of slows down Harry Cornick's game time. Because at the moment, he's struggling to get in the squad behind Brunton. So Cornick is going to come on at half-time. Again, Reece Cole, just lately, is playing awfully. I wish... Can we go back into... I don't think we can we? You can't go back into the team talk. We'll give him 20 minutes to see how he gets on, but if his performance doesn't improve, then we're definitely going to be bringing him off. Free kick here on the right-hand side. Reece Cole to take it, and that's high, wide, and not very handsome, boys and girls. As you can see now, really quite a dominant performance against Middlesbrough, but they're only that one goal ahead, which is always a worry. Tavernier then finds Saville, back to Tavernier, inside, Gilchrist gets it away, Morsey's going to collect it though. Tavernier again, cuts inside, lovely, Saville, Tavernier again. This man causing us all kinds of problems, and Kavanagh is there, and I thought that was 1-1, heads just across the face of goal. No good. And Reece Cole's got to come off. His performances lately are just so far below par. It's unbelievable. On comes Fonseca in his place. We're not going to make another substitution because we've already made 2 now. But it would be really nice to kind of see this game out. McGee then takes the corner. Atete's there and it's just over the bar. We really do need that second goal. This is what I'm on about in terms of just putting games to bed. If we can get that second goal, there's no way we lose this game. But at 1-0, you do feel like Middlesbrough potentially could have a goal in them. Vernon takes the throw. Sparrow heads it on, gets it away. As far as Lang. Lang out to Kavanagh. Kavanagh down this right-hand side. Well, their left-hand side, our right-hand side. Gets it in and White's there. And this is what I mean. Again, maybe after taking a game, taking a lead, potentially later in the second half, I should be dropping back, but I just don't feel confident enough with us dropping deep at the moment. I really don't. And that is highly disappointing. We're going to take 2 points from 2 games where we should have potentially taken 6 points, really. Oh, boys. Honestly, the frustration is real. Again, try and just keep the morale up as much as possible. It's not a bad result, and I did say before the game started that I'd take a 1-1 draw. I'd take a draw, should I say, with Middlesbrough. It's not the end of the world, it really isn't. I mean, we're in a fantastic position compared to where we're supposed to be this season. So again, realistically, we're outdoing ourselves. We are playing really, really well. And, I mean, we're in a good spot. I shouldn't really probably be feeling as deflated as I feel, but we should have picked up 6 points. You've seen it today. Like, when I say to you sometimes about these games that we're not playing on the live comms, that we should win, we're dominating teams in long stretches of games and just not putting them to bed. And we haven't got the financial clout at the minute to get somebody who can just, bam, put it in for us when we need it. I don't know, I might be being really harsh. We've got a very young squad. Some of the players have got a load of potential. We'll be there or thereabouts, won't we? But it's nice not to be worrying about relegation at the moment, so at least that's one thing. So we will come back then. I tell you what we'll do. We'll come back for Blackburn just before Christmas and then Brentford on Boxing Day. We'll come back for those two fixtures, and then after that, on the Friday, we'll come back for a Blues Nottingham Forest double header. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're being a little bit too harsh on the boys? I don't know. I really don't know. We're in a good position. I shouldn't really be complaining, but sometimes a draw just feels like a loss. What can I say? I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I will see you lovely folks on Wednesday. Take it easy.